Hello folks, how you doing? Welcome to Home Network Security and how to be a moving target. Are you worried that your personal information may be vulnerable to the outside world? Well, how about instead of being a sitting duck, we become a moving target? Welcome to Home Security Network Tips. I'm Cybersecurity Steve, and today we're going to talk about some networking basics just so we get an understanding and how to be a moving target. Let's look at networking basics. Today we talk about the internet, and in reality, the internet looks something like this, where there's ISPs at the global, national, regional, and local ISP level. ISP is an internet service provider. There's internet exchange points in the middle that kind of connect everything. Today we have internet service providers for our cell phones. And then we have internet service providers probably for our home ISP modem. So most of us at home today have both of these, right? Our home modem is connected to the home router, which is connected to our wireless network at home. Our wireless network will have all these devices, computers and iPads, televisions and iPhones. And as we know, our iPhones and Androids, they can either connect to the local wireless network, or they can connect to the actual cell tower when you go out of your house. How do these communicate, right? Today, what they do is they communicate using something called Internet Protocol. The Internet Protocol is a language that the Internet uses to communicate from device to device. They use a series of numbers that are the names of each of the devices, and as well as the websites that you go out to on the internet. Right? So when you're using your iPad and you want to stream to Netflix, you say, hey, hi, Netflix, I want to stream a movie. My internet address is 12345, right? And then it will connect to the domain name server and say, hey, 12345, let's look up what the IP address for Netflix is, and it'll come up with the Netflix address, then connect to Netflix, and Netflix says, hi, 12345, here's your movie, and streams it back. So that's the most I wanted to really get into with networking basics. It's a quick overview, but just so that you kind of get the gist of using IP addresses to communicate across the internet using a internet protocol. So let's take that example again, and now we'll talk about how to become a moving target. As we're connecting to the internet with our internet modem and our home router, right? What we want to do is we're connecting hard to our internet, right? When we power on our ISP modem, it's connecting to our internet service provider and saying, hey, I need an IP address to the outside world, right? So that IP address will be established by the external internet service provider. And there's a range of possibilities, because when you connect, the internet service provider will go through a whole bunch of available IP addresses and then assign you the one that it sees fit. So today we're connected with 70, 83, 155, 10. You're assigned this one each time you connect from any of your devices, because your home router is connected to your ISP modem, which is connected to the ISP service provider. And that's your external IP address. It's called the external IP address. The whole world sees that IP address, and that's how they get to your house, right? The one way you can break that connection is by turning off your ISP modem. And what it does is it breaks that connection, and now you're sitting there without the internet. You've probably done this before, right? If you had to move your router or something like that, or your power went out, you know that your home network is not working. When you turn it on again, it reestablishes a connection, and what the ISP service provider will do is it will say, oh, I see you're looking for an IP address to connect to the internet. It'll look through all the available IP addresses that it has in its listing of available IP addresses, and then it will assign you one. It says, hey, I found you one. And this one is going to be 170, 83, 155, 10. Right? Now that's your connection, and your home modem says, good, we're clear to go. I'm good with that. And now you are communicating with the world. So that is, you're kind of locked into that IP address now, right? So when, as we did the example before, if you're on your iPad and you want to go to Netflix, Netflix will stream that movie back to that external IP address. Same thing with Yahoo and Hulu and Facebook and all of those places, right? But what happens if you accidentally click on a bad actor, a bad website? Now they know your IP address also, right? You've clicked on it, and they're now aware of how to get from the internet to your house, right? And if it's a website where you had to put in your name and address to get free tickets or something, your kids go onto some website and they fill out something. Now this website knows your name, your email address, maybe your home address, and they know your IP address, your external IP address to get into your home network. And that can be bad because it could be a bad actor trying to get in. And that could be, they can now go to that IP address and wreak havoc and dig around to all the devices on your network. So what can we do to prevent that, right? We saw that we can turn it off, right? And that breaks our connection. And then what happens when we turn it on again? Well, when we're turned off, the bad actor can't get to it, right? He's like, oh, where did the that connection go? 70, 83, 155, 10. I can't find it anymore. But what happens when you turn on your ISP modem again? We create a new connection. The internet service provider communicates with your ISP modem, and they assign a new IP address. So now you have this bad actor looking at 70, 83, 155, 10, but really your house has changed its address. And now it's sitting at 70, 83, 121, 45. So what happens is now you're a moving target. How can we do this on a regular basis? I mean, we can't go downstairs and shut off our modem all the time when we get concerned. But what you can do is every night you can just unplug the modem, or you can put a timer in there. I have a timer just like this. So every night at 4 in the morning to 5 in the morning, or some other time you can set it random. There are more sophisticated timers out there that can do it once a week. But what you do is you shut it off for 2 hours each night, and that regenerates an external IP address each night and keeps your home moving on the internet. And if you do get an unfortunate situation where a bad actor gets your IP address, the next morning it's gone. So what you can do is look for some simple electric timers. I have some at the end of this video. Some are more sophisticated 7-day timers where you can just bring it down once a week or every other day, whatever you want. You can get as fancy as you want, but I think it's a great way to keep your home a moving target on the internet. And thanks again. This again is Home Network Security Tips. I'm Cybersecurity Steve. Have a great day.